Okay, now let's look at this. What other types of problems can occur over here? What other types of problems can occur? Can you guess what type of problems can occur? In this code, what type of problems can come up? You wrote a code, you know that you need to convert this to age, and you need to display this message then, and then you need to do this if is checked, otherwise if this checkbox is checked, otherwise if this radio button is checked. What type of problems can occur when I do this? Right. When you when you divide two numbers, one of the numbers is 0, then there is a problem that can occur, right? What other kind of problems can occur? We just discussed one of these, that it was this number. When you change alphabet to a number, that's when a problem can occur. You cannot change ABC to 1 2 3. So how you will know? One of the hints that Java gives you, if you hover your mouse over whatever code you're using like this, you see it tells you in the end throws number format exception. So when you have try catch, try catch is related to throw. When I throw something, you catch. You don't catch if something is not thrown. So it gives you a hint over here that while converting number, if it encountered an alphabet A and you wanted to convert to a number, then there is a throws number format exception. Exception is an error. It will throw an error and now you should be catching it somewhere. This is what try catch is actually what you saw just before was very basic version of try catch. This actually helps you formulate your messages correctly and take appropriate action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify my catch slightly more to cater for this. See, it shows me when I take my mouse over it, throws number format exception. If you look at this in the end, it means I should be wary of this number format exception in my code. So I'll go to catch, copy catch. So in one try, there can be many catches. This is what has to think about this. After this, there can be a more or less any number of catches. You can have a problem related to number. You can have a problem related to reading a file. You can have a problem related to network. Any problem, and you will see the software normally, even Zoom just 5 minutes ago it was giving us there is a network problem. So there's try catch block inside every software that detects what kind of problem there is, and it tells the user that look, we are having this problem. Okay, it does not give you a general message that there is problem. What kind of problem? You need to have appropriate catch message. So I will move this catch over here and I'll write number format exception. Where did I bring this from? Number format exception from here. You see the code tells you, if you move your mouse over it, it tells throws number format exception. So this exception is what you need to catch. So I catch it over here and I gave appropriate message that please enter numbers only. And this exception is a general exception. There can be another type of exception also, and there can be a list of exceptions, but it will definitely not be a number format exception. You know why? Because number format is taken care of by this catch. So the fact that this exception is after it, it means there is some other problem now, not number format exception. There can be some, maybe division by 0. So now we'll do this. We'll try reading what is this age. Okay, I'll change this to number 1, and this to num2, and I'll call it num1 and int I1 actually, and then int I2 equal to, so I'm taking two numbers and this is num2. Now I need to detect that if one of these numbers is 0, what should I do? I should display an appropriate message that please enter number above 0, greater than 0. What should I do? Can anybody tell me? Anybody says what I'm going to do. If num1 now I'm going to display over here an appropriate message in the exception, and I'll write over here there is a problem in the code. The application will shut down. So now you look at this. You see, I just changed the message now. First message says what? Please enter numbers only. The second message says there's a problem in the code. The application will shut down. Why? Because first problem, you know what is the problem, and you displayed a message. Please enter only numbers. The second problem is a general problem. You don't know what it is, but there is a problem. So you display a message to the user. There's a problem in the code. The application will shut down. Yes. Yes. The number format exception comes from here, parseInt. It actually, the code tells you. If you take your code mouse over there, hover your mouse over it, it tells you over there. See, number format exception. It's already there in Java. Java tells you, Eclipse tells you that there is this kind of exception coming up, and please do something about it. Now, if you bring over here, you see make text. If you look at this hissa, see there's another thing from Java you're taking, make text. Does it show you any exception here in the end? Throws some exception. You see, like in parseInt, it shows you throws number format exception. Does this one show you any exception? It does not. So there is no exception coming from here. There's no error. How about others? Is this one showing you any problem? Any problem? Is there any exception in the end? No. So no, don't worry about this code. Now you worry about what can be a problem. So now you know logically zeros, division and multiplication can be a problem. So that you need to check through if else. If the user has written if, then say please write a number above 0. If the user has entered 0, so now I'm gonna disable this code just to show you that how this exception chaining works. When I say this is number format, it will only show this, and when I say this is exception, general exception, it will only show this. So now I'm gonna run this. Right click, run as Android application. Come to your Android application, and now you'll see this is the first number. I'll write 12. This is another number. I'll write 0. And basically, I'm not doing any calculation. I'm not doing any error checking. But this will show you. This should actually show you no errors, because both of these catches show you some error. First one is number format. Second one is a general error. But there should be no error because we are not doing anything with these numbers. So, but it will display you. The input was correct, was 12. That's what is executed if you watch this. After converting, it displays this message. That's all. So now let me do this. Int I is equal to 12 divided by 0. Int j is equal to 0 divided by 12. Let me run now. I'm going to run this application. Let's look at this. 12, 12, submit. So you see there is a problem in the code. That's coming from my catch. Which catch? This catch. There's a problem in the code, the application will shut down. So you see now what happens is what I am doing is I'm dividing or multiplying a number by 0, and when I try to run now, there is a problem. This is the first step, and then there is a problem in the code. You see that? The second message after it. There's a problem in the code, the application will shut down. Who wrote this? I wrote this right now over here. See in my second exception. Where is it coming from? Why is it being generated? Why is it being shown? There's a problem in the code, the application will shut down. Can anybody guess? Where is that 0? Here, because of this. I'm not reading that directly. I wrote this. But you notice it is still showing me the first message. The input was correct and then whatever I write. Because this calculation is after this. It shows me this message and then it does the calculation. Now if I move this calculation on top of it, you see what happens? Let's run this again. It will not show me this message now. The input was correct or whatever. You can write integers, you can write numbers. I'll show you how to do this. You have two options by default. So anything you write, actually I'm not reading this, I'm just dividing 12 by 0 and 0 by 12 to make this exception, to create an exception. Submit. There's a problem in the code, the application will shut down. I have not shut down the application, but I have the choice to do that here. When this problem occurs, I display this message, there's a problem in the code, the application will shut down. And how do I shut down? System.exit 0. This is how I shut down my application, but I am not shutting down. I want it to be alive. So this is how I do it. Let me just write this in the comment. To shut down the application. So this is how you catch there are errors, and this is how you treat them. Just show message and get out. Okay.